Data protection is very important and very key to any organization that is handling personal data, right? Irrespective of whatever sector you find yourself. But specifically, like the finance guys, the HR guys, right? Why it's very important for them to be aware and to be conversant with the subject of data protection is because they typically handle what we call sensitive personal data, which has a higher level of obligation. I think the most common data protection mistake is one, unauthorized sharing of personal data, right? Especially perhaps with regards to maybe the HR function or HR protection, whereby you have resumes or CVs of or even personal information of people who may have either come in contact with you as a result of applications, as a result of interviews, right? And those personal data are shared without any form of authorization from the data subject. So that's a common mistake, right? With regards to the finance function, I think what I would say is that sometimes the lack of knowledge as to the extent of the personal information or personal data that needs to be shared, either within the organization or even external stakeholders, right? Sometimes may lead to unauthorized data breach, right? Which or unauthorized data usage or transfer, which may be fatal in the event that such personal data gets into the hands of the wrong person. What could happen? You could have instances such as reputational damages, right, for the organization. The organization may also potentially sued by the data subject with regards to the data breach, right? And I think the last but not the least is also the potential of you having a situation where there is a regulatory investigation, right, and fines are imposed, right, on the data controller. I think the most important thing for all professionals to know is that personal data generally, right, should be treated with care, with caution, right, and the required level of diligence. Now, if you are not aware or if you do not know what needs to be done in the event of handling personal data as a professional, right, one of the things I would say is that you should try as much as possible to speak to an expert, right, who would help you or advise you with regards to how personal data can be processed or can be handled. If you trace the history of what I will call a data protection focused legislation, right, it started actually about 6 years ago, which means that the area of data protection is burgeoning, just about 6 years old, right? Again, this is does not reduce the point which I made with regards to constitutional rights to privacy. But in terms of we having something that is data protection focused, right? This started about 6 years ago. So what I would say is that there is a lot to explore in the data protection space, right? And this is an area which skills should be developed